My name is Mike Decker, and I'm a contributor to myopenpath.com. And today I wanted to talk about property taxes and the investment opportunities they can open up for you. Now, if you're a property owner, if you have a house, or if you've had any sort of investment property, you're no stranger to property taxes. And depending, where you live, the property taxes might be minimal, or they might be through the roof. And it also has other factors like the improvements on the property. So where does all that money go? Well, let's have a quick look at a graphic. What you can see here is this money is used by counties to pay for education. It's paid for basic, community services, including libraries, firefighters, and police, and it goes towards, other measures that the community has approved. Now, what happens if owners don't pay their property taxes? In other words, how's the county gonna staff the library? How are they gonna make sure that schools are safe and have up-to-date books? How are they gonna make sure that there are police and firefighters on call when there are emergencies? Well, counties know that they need the property taxes, and so there are two main ways that counties will collect these, either through tax deeds or tax liens, and it's split about half and half around the country. Now, tax deeds, how does the process go? Well, as you can see here in this graphic, basically, once a property owner becomes delinquent and they stop paying the property taxes that they owe, the county kind of starts a stopwatch. And of course, in the meantime, they're sending them letters and letting them know, hey, you're in danger, we're gonna sell your property. Now, if at the end of what's called the redemption period, or the time that the property owner has to kind of get their act together and pay what they owe to the county and the community, if they can do it before the redemption period ends, well, then the only penalty is maybe, a few fees, a certain percentage. However, if they don't pay on time, what happens? Well, the county will actually take the title to that property and sell it at public auction. That means anyone from the public can show up, buy that property, and it is now legally theirs. That's pretty strict measures, and in a lot of states, that is what counties use to get the money they need for the community. However, in other states, about the other half, they use what are called tax liens. This is where they place a lien against a property, right? That means that they now have a financial interest in that property, and if it's sold, they're guaranteed a certain amount. So they put a lien against the property, but because they still want that money right now, they'll actually turn around, have a public auction, and sell that lien to the highest bidder. And it might be bid up or it might be bid down. So have a look at this graphic here, and you can see a little bit how the tax lien process works. It's possible that during the redemption period, multiple liens will be sold against the property, but at the end, the lien holder can actually foreclose on the property and take ownership free and clear. Now that's pretty exciting, right? So those are some of the opportunities that are opened up and that lots of investors already know about, and they're going to these auctions and they're making money. But did you know that personal debt of certain property owners can even open up opportunities? Back in 1826, when he died, founding father Thomas Jefferson had amassed a huge amount of personal debt, mainly by co-signing on some unwise loans, and also because the devaluing of land across the country, partially which was a consequence of the Louisiana Purchase, which he signed into law. He was more interested in just getting the port of New Orleans, but he opened up so much land that suddenly there wasn't the same value held on land in Virginia, where he was at. So it's a combination of all of these factors. By the time he was on his deathbed, he owed tons of money, and that personal debt actually opened up some investment opportunities. After he passed away, his daughter just went ahead and sold off his belongings, including Monticello. And think of another situation. Sir Richard Branson, right, from the Virgin Atlantic Group in England, he came across a Caribbean island, Necker Island, that was worth about $6 million. But the person had amassed some personal debt and they just wanted to get out of it, the owner. So he said, I'll give you $180,000 for it, right? A fraction of its price tag. And eventually he took ownership of that island. That was in 1978, and to this day it's still his exclusive property. So not only is going to the auctions a good deal, But as the case of Thomas Jefferson, Richard Branson show, there are certain advantages to going directly to the owner. Circumvent the auction. And you can just make them a direct cash offer for their property. And then once you have it, you can either keep it and turn it into some sort of cash flow, or you can just bird dog it and pass the deal on to someone else and keep kind of what's called a finder's fee, right? You were just wholesaling the property. So counties need money. They need money for the community. And unfortunately, some property owners get into a position where either they can't or they don't want to pay their property taxes. But this opens up all sorts of investment opportunities. You can go to tax lien and tax deed auctions, or you can circumvent the auction and go directly to the owner, like people did with Thomas Jefferson, or like Richard Branson did with the owner of Necker Island. So I'm Mike Decker. This has been a video of myopenpath.com. If you want to see more of what we're doing on there, by all means, please click on the link in the description below, and I think you're really going to like what you find.